What the fuck, Pat?
Hey, put your gun away.
Ain't no warnings arresting me as an AK in the police station. Ain't no warnings for that. We don't walk in the police station with an AK-47. Arrest them.
Weapon and pull a tracker
It's
on them.
automatic. If they have a weapon,
Yeah, tell him to put the weapon away. If he doesn't listen, put a tracker on him and go into the street.
That's like 3 times I told him. I promise he come back.
Now, I was told if they walk in here, automatically with a weapon, it's an automatic arrest, no questions.
I just said that.
That's not RP though.
Bro.
That is RP. You don't walk in the police station with an AK-47 out, sir. You will be arrested for 1.9. You don't walk in a police station with a weapon out. The only license for a weapon is a concealed carry. Are you concealed carrying by holding that in your hand? No, you're not.
And then y'all punching me. I need a supervisor, man. You just let that man punch me.
Hilarious.
Which one, red?
Danny, go down to the police garage, bro.
Yeah, go to the police garage.
Bro, you just let that police punch me, man. You ain't say nothing. You told him to move after he punched me?
Who was this guy? This guy right there?
You just let him punch me in my shit, dude, when I got handcuffs on.
Hey, Danny, this guy?
Handcuff.
I got his ass.
It was by mistake. Like I didn't do it on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Wrong button.
That's very stupid.
Hey, I need a supervisor, though. Bro, it can't be one that's already on the main floor.
I'm Colonel J. Rax. I'm a West Coast police officer, badge number GP278. I'll be your supervisor today. What's going on?
Hey, without you taking this the wrong way, but was you just on the first floor?
I'm not your arresting officer.
Alright. Well, I think it was your voice that said that. That's more of the story is
I'm not your arresting officer.
I walked in. I know you're not the arresting officer. You don't have me in cuffs. I walked in.
I do want to just hold on before you get started. I want to get your identification just so I know who I'm talking to. Okay.
I walked inside the police station and I had my gun, but I'm clicking to get it away because I thought I clicked before I got in that blue. But all I heard, I heard if they come in here, just put a beacon on them. And if we RPing just like you just did, let me get your identification so I know who I'm talking to. That's the RP side of this, bro. Skipping through these gate holes just so you don't have to deal with certain things in RP is not RP. If you wanted to put a beacon on me, just like you would have to know who I am to identify me, you would have to do that. It's just not us two for you to say, all right, we're the only ones around. So I just threw RP through the beacon on the closest person or something. It's a lobby full of people, and the office is all the way in the back wall. And that's just so you can't leave. So basically, it's no RP in this because you can't lock the doors for me to not to get out because I got this beacon on. I don't understand that part, man. Like the RP side of it, of this scene, I do not understand.
Okay, let me talk for just a second. So I think that there was a little bit of a misunderstanding on your side. So when you came in the first time and they asked you to put your gun away, I told them, if they have their gun out, especially an AK-47, it's an automatic arrest because Glendale does not sell a license for an AK-47. For one, it's an automatic arrest. Even if you're out in public with an AK-47, we're not required to give you a warning. We can arrest you for having one out because there's no license that allows you to own an AK-47. The only license you can possess is a pistol license and is a concealed carry pistol license so that you can keep your pistol in your pocket. It's nothing to do with having a weapon in your hand at all. So what the issue was is I told them, go ahead and arrest you, and you ran out of the police station. So what I think you walked back in on is when I said, if he comes back in, just put a beacon on him and begin your foot pursuit. That's what I said. And then the other dude had mentioned, he said, can't we put a beacon on him at the same time as I said that? And I think that you might have misheard that. It was nothing about, stick a beacon on him so he can't run out the police station. I just said if he comes back in with an AK-47 out, put a beacon on him and begin your pursuit. That's how we would treat any situation, you know what I mean? Unfortunately, game mechanics don't let you guys run out of the police station with a beacon on you. I don't understand that personally. I think that that's dumb, but if you so happen to end up in that situation, Reap, then unfortunately you're going to be caught. You know what I mean? And if you're coming in the police station with the AK out twice, then it's just not going to go good for you to begin with. You would have been left alone had you just left that first time and not come back in, but you came back in and then you had your AK out as well again. So that's when they put the beacon on you and then went ahead and began their foot pursuit and chased you down and tased you and placed you under arrest for your 1.9. I'm not sure if that makes a better understanding for your situation, but from my side, that's kind of what I'm getting.
No, I fully understand that. It's just the
Now, had they now let me correct, because had they the first time you come in there, had they just thrown a beacon on you, didn't say nothing to you, or and jumped their ass. It's the way you came in the second time with your AK out that you know what I mean. At that point, if they put a beacon on you, then that's justifiable because you've come in for the second time. Now their intention is to catch you. You get what I mean? But if it was the circumstance like you said, and you had come in, you just had the gun out, you're trying to put it away, they stick a beacon on you to trap you inside the police station. That's one thing, and I would have had their ass for it. But it's the way that you came in twice with your gun out. That's kind of what justified the beacon.
I get that, sir, but just like you presented your name to me, I know who you is. Once I leave y'all eyes, we're not supposed to go off name tags. So if I come in, I'm supposed to look like a different person. NRP, our characters, we can all make our characters look the same.
Yeah, but that's
So
come on though, justifiable.
I'm just saying. I like the
Come
fully RP. I
on,
like
Reap.
the
If
fully.
I'm
I do
working in
serious.
let's NRP. I'm working in a police station, bro.
I get that part. We're not gonna do that. But on some RP scenes and my RP on 5M, we will go to a police station and shoot that bitch up and take their body cams off of them. We would definitely do that.
But exactly what you said too, though. I've also cleared this up with an admin because there is a lot of blur to that. So, and like what the admin told me, he said it follows under the same New Life rules. So, if you was to come in the police station with your AK out, we tell you to put it up, you leave. If you come back 15 minutes later, we have to treat you like you're a whole different person. If you come back within that 15 minutes, you are still a recognizable person. If we have seen you once with that gun out and you're a recognizable person within that 15 minutes, we can still pursue that. It's the same way.
Okay, so
It's the
why
same
don't
way.
y'all, if y'all treat stuff like the new, like real life with the police, why don't we get to take plea deals? Like when we get locked up, why do y'all got to be the ones to do it? If we going like that?
I mean, I think that that's something that they'll add in the future with the courthouse, and I hope that they eventually do go down that route. I think it would make it a lot cooler for y'all. I think it would make the RP cool as well. But unfortunately, it's just not something that they've made it to where it's efficient to the game, because we take a suspect up to floor one to allow you guys to walk into the violation circle, and stuff just gets hectic. We're toting people around in handcuffs. People think that it's unprofessional. Then we got reports saying you got officers holding people in cuffs in the lobby.
But that's the thing. Like that's the thing. We RPing with. I'm gonna take whatever I do, but like I'm having a conversation that I understand this. But we RP with too many kids or too many adults act like kids. Because when I used to turn myself in, I can get out of handcuffs and be like, I will walk. It's the integrity that you have. Like, if you don't have integrity on outside of this, you won't have it inside. So that's what fuck up RP.
I say that all the time. Like, I pull people over all the time. That, or I get into situations all the time outside. And if the person ain't got warrants and stuff and they're being cool with me, I let them off with a warning. You know what I mean? I've let people off with a warning for having their gun out. I've let them off with some pretty serious charges as long as they're cool with me and they don't got warrants. So I do understand that, and I think that it has a lot to do with the officer's integrity. And I think that some of the officers around the police, I do agree with you, could have a little bit better integrity and a lot more respect for some of the citizens that are in Glendale, because I know that not all of you guys are just trying to make it hard for us. Some of you guys are just trying to have some fun RP, and that's really what it's about. Some of the people that really want to RP and make it cool for us, I respect that. But I think it's just a lot of the trolls that kill it for some of the officers with lower integrity. They kind of just lose their patience, you know what I mean, and start to just kind of follow off the rules rather than playing the scenes out like they really should. But
Yeah,
that's
last night you probably would have got annoyed because I would come in here and look, last night I'll fight one of the officers and then I'll go and do a slash try to change my outfit to make sure they don't know who I am. Then I'll change my outfit from head to toe. Then I'll come back in here, talk to them, punch one of them, run out, go change my outfit. I be having fun though.
See, and like stuff like that. See, I can respect stuff like that where people are trying to make an RP scenario. And I do get it, you know what I mean? And I think that Vinny, the new chief, is really heavy on the RP. He really wants all of the officers to kind of start acting like you said, start having some integrity and some respect in your RP, and quit just jumping straight to throwing people in cuffs and slapping charges on them, because it's not how you would do it in real life. Real life, if you're cool with the cop, a lot of cops are going to let you off with warnings and stuff or cut you breaks, that are, like you said, you know what I mean, offer you plea deals. So I think that in the future with like plea deals, it'd be cool if they add that with the court system. If we could somehow, make it so that the suspects have an option to plead guilty and stuff, and maybe come off with a little bit lighter of a sentence, that or maybe no sentence at all or something. I think that would be cool.
Even with the interactions, bro, because I was in PD before. I know how we do passive aggressive RP trainings.